Look what a lazy thing it is. I've already greeted the afternoon and let the sun's light dance upon my scales, and here you are, snoozing the day away. I jest. As you've likely noticed, I'm rather fond of napping myself when I've nothing better to do. Nevertheless, it's high time you woke up, Crumpet. That's what I've decided to call you. I found you something to eat. It's in the dining hall. It has been rather a long time since you've seen a decent breakfast. Gods. And your entire village just lives like that, eating grass soup and tulip bulbs. Ugh. I can't imagine. Well, it's no trouble for me to provide you with actual food. You eat so little compared to me. It's like feeding a field mouse. Here we are. The golden plates and goblets you see before you, they are dwarven made. Simply imagine what you'd like for breakfast, and the enchantment will conjure it up for you, hot and fresh. Yes, Crumpet. Anything your heart desires. Fond of pasties, are you? You've conjured a small mountain of them. No need to thank me. It's not as though the dishes can create portions big enough to fill my belly, and I hate to see perfectly good, enchanted dinnerware sitting in the cupboard. Magic was supposed to be used, as Mother would say. Oh yes, I have thousands of these dishes stored away, enough to feed a dwarven family reunion. And now they all belong to me. Funny, isn't it? And why would I give them to the peasants? That's not how it goes. They exist to pay me tribute, not the other way around. Can you imagine? If I feed them, they will never leave. I don't want any more of you crawling about my cave. Anyway, why should they deserve them when they were willing to abandon you to the wilds so cruelly? Soft-hearted little morsel. You forgive too easily. No. It's simply out of the question. Doting on one starveling stray is more than enough for my purposes. Oh yes, I've figured out exactly what to do with you. Last night, as I was hunting, I realized you are the perfect size to scrub between my shoulders. I keep a brush for such purposes, as well as perfumed oils for anointing the soft skin of my wings, and a brightening polish for my talons and horns. I don't shed as many scales as I did when I was a younger drake, but you may keep any that come loose as a reward. They are only a slightly duller color than the fresh ones. No, they're not magic, but they are beautiful and valuable all the same. Now, if you're finished eating, it's been ages since I had a good scrub. Come along. The spot between a dragon's wings is sensitive. You must treat it with care. Don't scrub harder until I tell you. A little harder. Good. Just a little to the left. There. Yes. Oh, heavenly. That will do for today, I think. I've had enough of a soak. You may dry off, and the rest of the evening is yours to do with as you please. You've earned it. Oh. Then sit with me, morsel. Such a remarkable thing you are. Just the other day you quaked in terror at my shadow, and now here you are, curled up in my talons. I can feel your heart's calm beat. What made your little village give up something like you? Do they not realize what they've tossed away? That's all. You drew the short stick. What strange luck you have. I am not a doting person, you know. But something about you brings it out in me. Perhaps because you are willing to dote on me in return. Listen to my stories. I smell no lies on you, no false flattery. It is refreshing. I want to cool off a bit. Come, sit on my shoulder. You're well familiar with my hot spring. You've witnessed the splendor of my bedchamber. You have supped in my dining hall. I suppose all that's left is to show you my horde. Much better. There is nothing like the feel of cool coins against my scales after a long soak. Oh, this is nothing compared to what I have back in the Summerlands. What I have there could fill this entire cave from end to end. I was only able to bring a small portion of it with me, but this will do for the time being. Do you not know what a dragon's horde is for, morsel? Well, yes. Many of us enjoy sleeping on them. It's a delicious feeling, being this large and having enough coins and gems to wallow around in. But our hordes serve a bigger purpose than simply being a fine place to take a nap. How to explain to someone who has never known? Our hordes are a part of us. That is the best way I can think to put it. We are hatched with the instinct to venture out and collect, even if it's nothing more than a pile of river rocks or brightly colored leaves. They play a large role in forging bonds as well. To receive a piece of a dragon's hoard is considered a sign of deep respect and lasting friendship. When we choose a mate, we begin our courtships by gifting our intended a cherished bauble, with the intention of eventually merging our respective hoards into one. And when we die, after our bodies are erased in ritual fire from the throats of our loved ones, all who attend the rite are encouraged to take a memento. In this way, we keep each other close until our souls meet again, and we can dwell together in incandescent glory. A dragon without a hoard is thought to be dead inside, soulless. It's why we fight so fiercely when thieves and explorers come sniffing around. The dwarves understood us in that way, or so my mother always said. They fought and struggled for their riches as well. No, not all of our hoards are glittering piles of treasure, although you can't go wrong with that, in my humble opinion. They can be anything that a dragon delights in. They change over the course of our lives, as our passions and inclinations change. Yes, they are a reflection of ourselves, our life's work. To show them to others is very personal. I must admit, I find this terribly amusing, you being here. If you told me a month ago that I would invite a mortal into my most private sanctuary, I would have called you mad. But somehow it doesn't feel improper having you here. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. There is something else I keep here. Would you like to see it? Against the far wall, there is a gilded suit of armor. Go and shake its left hand. Like that, yes. More dwarven amusements. For whatever reason, they installed a secret room in this chamber. It's where I kept my most prized possessions as a youngling. I haven't thought about this room in centuries. Go on, have a look. These are my loots. They were my first real obsession. Some I purchased, most were gifts. I couldn't tell you why they enchant me so. They simply do. Each one is unique, with its own beauty, its own sound. I don't believe anyone but my blood relatives know about this place. And now you. No. I never revealed this space to any of my friends from the Unseelie Court. I don't know why. The idea of them knowing that I collect mortal instruments always prickled, somehow, in a way I couldn't name. Oh, Crumpet, don't be absurd. I could never invite their ridicule. They adore me. But they needn't know everything about me. The Unseelie do love a mystery, after all. It's a shame I cannot join you in there. It would be pleasant to show you each one. Yes. You may hold one. Try the one to the left, the rosewood one, with the sun pattern carved on its front. You play? By all means, give me a song. It's been a long time since I heard anything new. I never thought I'd hear that lute sing again after its maker passed away. Such enthralling, golden tones. I did not expect to receive a gift today. Thank you. The portal is open. Do I have a visitor? Put the lute away. To shut the door, just shake the suit of armor's right hand.
There you are, you great hulking beast. Any luck getting your mortal form back? All of us miss your prettier face.
If it isn't Neri Waits. I thought you were still busy with that dancing plague in the north. What happened? Did a priest laugh at your little flute? Or were the mortals so bored of your singing that you couldn't get one to dance with you even while compelled?
Gods. Time away from court hasn't blunted that serpent's tongue. Nay, the lads and I have only... wait. What's this?
The village sent me a gift.
How do you do it? All you do is arrive and they send you tribute, even as they starve and suffer.
I don't have to do anything. It's their purpose to give, and mine to receive. Wait. How did you know the village was starving?
It's as I was telling you before. The lads and I want offerings. Not a plate of some half-wit's bread rolls or a bowl of stale milk left by the barn door as though we are cats. We want real tribute, like yours.
And so, what? You curdled their cow's milk?
We did better than that. Rowan found a blightstone in his uncle's sanctum. We corrupted their precious wheat fields. No one eats until we get our due.
The famine has been you, this entire time.
Oh, aye. You don't mind, do you? Of course you don't mind. They're beneath your notice. Unworthy of your time. Anyway, Aspen's been working on weaving an ill luck spell on top of that. Remember when we used to place cursed coins on busy roads and watch the farmers and merchants blunder about? Rather like that, but stronger. Just yesterday he made 3 of their straw roofs collapse, then struck the thatcher's horse lame. I must say, we were hoping for gold and silver and little cakes, but we'd take our toys and leave if they gave us such a lovely gift as yours. If I'm honest, the game's starting to lose its savour. It was fun to watch them panic at first, but now all they do is mope around instead of giving us what we want.
If you're asking what I think you're about to ask...
All I'm saying is that if we had your pretty mortal to play with...
No.
Oh, come now. Since when do you keep pets anyway? And moreover, you're stuck in that fiendish shape still. You'll just break the poor thing or eat it in your sleep. We'll treat it sweetly, you'll see.
Don't touch them.
But
I said no. They were given to me for my amusement. You are not to harass the village anymore. They are also mine.
what? You selfish ass! That isn't
My
fair.
village, my peasants, my tribute. Take your lads and get out of here. Now.
Find me when you're not covered in scales. You're no fun as a monster. All right. You giant ugly lizard, I'm going. Let me open the damn portal. Goodness me. Greedy twat!
Idiot. Leave me, Grumpet. My head aches. No. But didn't you hear him? I'm a hideous, mindless creature. I may take leave of my senses and devour you at any moment. How can you be so certain I never would? Are you a dragon expert now? You say you trust me as if it were so simple. But we dragons are capricious. Who's to say I wouldn't rend you limb from limb just to teach you otherwise? I have you pinned here easily enough. Yes. All right. It would be a foolish waste to destroy someone so adept at scrubbing my back. But you see the truth even before I speak it, don't you? You gaze upon me without fear, even though it would not be difficult at all to snuff out your little life. Your heart beats so trustingly under my palm. I could not bear to harm such a precious thing as you. I'm embarrassed I let Neri get under my skin. It's infuriating, sometimes, how easily he plucks at my doubts. How they all do. It always felt like a game before, to see who could make the other flinch with barbed words and cutting smiles, but somehow, having you bear witness to it, makes me see how unseemly our behavior really is. I'm sorry they treated your village so horribly. I feel partly responsible. Had I known the famine was fey-wrought and not some random fluke of nature, I would have made those blithering, unseelie fools run away screaming. As it is, I can only hope their spells fade and the land heals quickly. I would like to help it along, but it's as I've told you. I lack the earth magic of my mother, and I know not else how I could fix this. Must you bring up the enchanted plates again? Because it is absurd. I do not bestow boons, especially not precious magic heirlooms. They are not meant to be gifted in such a manner. It's unbecoming. If I consent to this, then you must promise the peasants will not bother me for more boons. If I wake and find dozens of them groveling at my feet, let the peasants dine on stag tongue and lemon cakes. If you truly think it would mend some of the harm I have done, I will arrange to have them sent to your home. But the second your village is recovered, I expect them to adore me for it. I want wine. I want coins and rare jewels. I want whole roasted oxen. Ugh. Don't thank me. This feels so improper. But I suppose it's for the best. It's not as though I was using them. And I always thought the plates were sort of tacky anyway. But later, for all that, I'm in need of a nap first. I wasn't expecting gifts so soon. It's only been a few weeks. Look, Crumpet. Mead. I've never tasted mead, and I never knew your village was capable of crafting such cunning little candles, and in a rainbow of colors and scents, no less. This is nothing befitting a true dragon's tribute, and I will expect more from them in later months. But there's something charming about these meager little tithes. So thoughtful. And your town's bard is truly a man of culture. You must read aloud the ode he wrote me while we eat dinner tonight. I demand it. I suppose I am accustomed to a certain amount of solemnity when being presented with my due. They laid their little treasures at my feet with such joy on their unwashed faces. And it's literally all they have. How adorable. Well, of course I'm happy. You finally delivered the last of that wretched dinnerware, and I have mead to look forward to. You're right. I do feel a great deal perkier. My appetite is better, my rest has improved. Today I even went swimming in the ocean after my morning hunt, just because I felt like it. I haven't attempted to wear my mortal shape since I was poisoned. The healer advised against attempting it until I was certain I felt stronger. There are risks otherwise. I suppose there's no harm in trying now, is there? For all I have enjoyed listening to you sing praises to the elegance of my wings and the noble shape of my horns and so on, I know you've been curious about my other form. And I think it would be nice to walk alongside you for once at your level. Yes. All right then. I'll do it.
Hello, Crumpet. Careful. My legs are shaky. Let me lean against the cart. There. I almost forgot how bright the world is through these eyes. And you. My gods, it's wonderful to finally wrap my arms around you. I know and cherish this scent, this heartbeat, the warmth of your skin, and yet it's different. It's thrilling. And what do you think? Am I as stunning as you imagined in my mortal guise? You honeymouth. Tell me more. Wait. I must know your true name. Whisper it to me. Another gift I didn't expect this day. You may call me Reuben. Now, where were we?